Okay, doing some rather thorough testing and come across a few unusuals on the Beringer DEQ. One person, who I not name, said it's basically, it's been said before, like Beringer is evil, Beringer products are not very good or something. But what I've been noticing in one of my DEQs is this one here. If I turn it on, that's for my center channel. That one's for my left center, right center. And this one down here is for my left and right channel. Left channel, left center, center, right. And what I've noticed is, very oddly, because it's last time I did a frequency sweep, that was okay. Last time I did like a frequency sweep was maybe a year or so ago with the REM, and I should get an overlay, and here the frequency range is rolling off, probably a low pass filter and such, and then it's rising upward. Anyway, I'll go to the next graph. Here, I think is one of the, I think the downward slope here is the center channel. The upward slope is the two overlays of the left and right channel, but they should all be following the same, and I'm thinking, I know I've got cats. Now I'm thinking, I know my cat Bear, he's plotted to kill me at least twice. I mean, I've had a 45, 50-pound bloody JBL compression driver land on my head, was it over a month or so ago, I'm thinking now? And yes, blood everywhere, and I collapsed and fell on the floor, and I knew the gravity of how serious it was, and I needed to get paramedics ASAP. But anyway, it's a long story. Anyway, second attempt, he's tried to electrocute me by knocking one of my little water fans. It's a fan. You got to pour water in it. Helps for the cooling. It's a DC little mini USB fan thing, yeah. And he knocks that over onto flipping electric plugs, water all over the floor, and I'm almost standing in it. And he's trying to electrocute me. It's no myth that cats are plotting. Anyway, and so I'm thinking, as my cat Bear, been in the back of the rack when I'm not in the room, when I'm doing things and I've got the rack out a bit, has he been in the back and he's pulled on some wire or something and it's, come out of position? Because I'm thinking, if I had my see, you got the ground wire that goes to, I think it's pin number 2 on the XLR, and pin number 1 is hot, and pin 3 I think is the negative, cold lead. Anyway, I forget which. Anyway, I'm thinking, have I got the two leads back to front? And I'm thinking it wouldn't do that. If I'm playing all signals all at the same time, simultaneous, yeah, I would see something very unusual in the frequency sweep. Then I'm thinking it wouldn't do that in any case. And I'm thinking the only other likely thing is, because when I had this switched off, I was just preparing a post on ASR to show, that's if anyone cares, not that I would. Not that anyone would care about Beringer equipment. I mean, look at the bloody LCs there that show on the camera. They're not even the same illuminance. Bloody hell. So I'm thinking, I had this switched off for a while, and then I repeated the frequency sweep again. And then it was the total opposite. It was following the same signal path as the left and right. And I'm thinking, what's going on? So I'm thinking, it's been turned off for a while. the heat level's gone down slightly, so it can only be a capacitor, or maybe a chip that's overheating, and you know, because there have been some people that say, yeah, sometimes the unit shuts down and you get an error message. Yes, I occasionally see it on this one only, hardly that one or hardly this one here, just this one. So it's like so many out of a batch you get a fault with. So I know if I have the input levels going in too high, certainly it does literally shut down after a few seconds. And I noticed also the other iffiness is when adjusting the higher frequencies, up 12, 16 and 20, I suddenly see that the frequency in the pink noise, I see it suddenly shifting. It suddenly drops down. If I make an increase on the, though you shouldn't really sometimes increase, providing if the microphone's really close. If it's a bit further away, anyway, I noticed it suddenly shifting downward. I think, what's going on there? Shouldn't do that. And so what I tried next was I tried the DEQ. The DCX. The DCX, I tried that, and attenuating the high frequency up and downward, it followed nice and smoothly. It didn't make sudden frequency shifting effect. So I think I'm seeing it on the graph, and I can see this sweep. Yeah, it goes opposite directions. It's something iffy. Or it's something else and it's eluding me, because I've got cats. It's very nervous when I'm behind this rack and I'm doing wiring and I'm wondering what they're up to, and suddenly they have a squabble, and he tries to get behind the projections. Look, see. I had to stick something behind the projection screen the other day, just to keep the void closed so he can't get in. So he's... Anyway, I'm going to repeat this frequency sweep again. I'll start on left channel. I think Bear's settling down. Start left channel. I can talk over it because it's doing amplifier. It's going into the THX on processor, so I'll check the processor, frequency sweep. So that I get overlays. Do the left. Do the center channel, and both DC and both DEQs are all switched on, and they're in bypass mode. So any additional EPEQs would be in sleep bypass mode. Do right channel. Okay, plus I've got my center channel turned down by about -6 dB at the moment. So to switch those ones off. One there, that's 2 and 3, that's it. And just smooth it because it's a little bit fuzzy on the higher. Yeah, but that is a direct amplifier to processor. And if I did the same thing on amplifier, I see a different frequency response, but I see smoothness, if you know what I mean. Except when you get into the room with the microphone, then it gets tricky. Even if the microphone's up close to the speaker, then you see how imperfect that frequency response on that speaker is. It's all over the bloody map. Bloody hell. It's no wonder, bloody hell. You spend 800,000 and 1 billion pounds on speakers, and they're not even perfect. That's why you got to use sandpaper to sand down wood, or hard body filling, and you make the surface smooth. Yes, it's equalizing it for smoothness. An equalizer is to smoothen out the imperfections of the speaker driver elements. and that should be done up close. And then you use a secondary EQ a little bit further back in the room. As long as you got enough power of the amplifiers, it shouldn't matter. Anyway, look at the overlay. Yeah, the overlays. So I've got to make a compensation here with the is it AB? Is it that one? Yeah, there it is. It's going up. Should be around about 6 dB. Oh, I'm near 6 dB. There's something out there. Well, hang on. I might have turned it down a little bit further. How far did I turn it down on the DEQ? DCX. 8.7 dB. Should be about there. Yeah, bingo. So, but there, it follows the same. It's most likely that DEQ is probably going to periodically have a frequency shift in the high end, and it's going to go the total opposite. It's going to go downward at a certain point in depending on how long it's on for. I don't know. It's unpredictable. It's got bipolar. I thought I had bipolar disorder pretty bad, but this one's got bipolar. It's got mood swings, and it's swinging shifting the frequency. And I'm thinking, am I going crazy? You know, it's not. It's anyway. There's another iffy, and it's on here. So if I go to that mode and that mode there. No, that's that mode. Hang on, I'll pause it for a sec. Okay, let's play this. Play about 6 kilohertz. Hear that? It's kind of oscillating. I'll go down next frequency. Okay. Go to the other mode on the CP on the SDDS. Sine wave perfect. It's only when I'm using a combination of the narrow mode, so I can take the screen channel out from wide, and I can put them down onto the left center, right center channels, and play it, you know. But I don't really notice it that much. You know, the sound is playing only on very high end syllables of speech. I might notice it's kind of like, and there's a little bit of an iffy in this that I didn't even know at first that lays within the Sony SDDS. On on one of the Logic Matrix switching channel modes. So it's on Matrix 7 on preset number 5 that I'm using, and it's Matrix 7 that's causing a very strange oddness in the doesn't make the sound on the left center, right center, or the left or the right channel, just the center, but only on Matrix 7 mode. So I can exit that, and all the other modes they're okay. They're okay. Weird. And I don't think it's got anything to connection with that. I rule that out I rule that out totally, because I can pass the sound out from here, which is basically going in there, and then comes down to here, and then it comes up to here and here, and then comes down to here, and then up to there, and then over to the THX 3417, and then onto the amplifiers, onto the JBLs. And I also monitored over the headphone monitor on the SD, and I heard the same thing. So I thought it was going on the system output, but you know, I thought it might have been my system input, and I had the wiring iffy or something. Couldn't be. So it's just something to do with, you know, something. I wonder if Sony ever caught onto it, or how. I don't know if all the other Matrix mode switching channel modes have ever been utilized in an SDDS cinema. Very unlikely. Oh, my cat bear's been naughty. Anyway, so that's that. I shall continue listening. and checking it, and because it's all measurable.